All right, welcome to First Stock Fridays, number 4. Players are doing a quick button check, and then we'll get right into this first to 10. I'm super excited to have San Antonio versus Houston, another inter-Texas rivalry. How are you doing tonight, Bobbles?
I'm doing all right. We had a real bad hailstorm here in my part of Texas the other night, so I got lucky. I left my car outside, but there's no broken windshields or anything like that, so we're doing all
Nice.
right. I just am also very excited. I love the interregional competitions in Texas, so this will be a fun one, especially because you've got a top 10 player from Houston versus a top 5 player from San Antonio.
So Radishking is number 3 in Houston right now.
Oh, he's number 3 now. He's all the way up to 3. Oh
Yep,
goodness.
he
All right,
he's
so
improved quite a bit in his
all right,
limited time in
excellent.
the scene.
All right, so yeah, so we've got the number 3 in both cities then, as far as I know, then competing right now.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. Last week we had Corpus versus Dallas. The week before that we had West Texas versus Houston. The week before that we had Houston versus Louisiana. Now we're back to. It seems like there's a Houston player every week. That wasn't intentional, I swear.
I mean, you're gonna. I mean, I guess with a state as big as ours, and you're gonna have that almost every time, unless you just go out of your way to get like 2 Houston players or 2 Austin players or whatever.
All right, both these players picked Mario for the button check, which is a little amusing to me.
I was like, I don't think either of them play Mario. I hope we don't have to see a Mario deliver first to 10. I know both these people play other characters, so.
Right? I don't think either of these people have a Mario. Like, I don't think either of these players have a Mario. I don't know why GTG got spell checked into RGV in the Facebook group chat, but it did. But here we go. Game number 1. Neither of these players from RGV. We got Haru playing the Lucas, number 3 from San Antonio, and Radishking, number 3 from Houston. I'm personally just happy that we're getting the matchup that I put on the banner, because Haru does play a lot of Palu. And so we're at least getting this game with the Lucas. I don't know how long he'll stick with it. I don't know if he'll play it the entire time. But I'm excited that we don't have a Palu yet.
Yeah, and Palu is definitely one of Luigi's like biggest struggles in the game. So but I know that Haru's like Lucas is kind of like his character, so he's gonna definitely be the one to. He's definitely gonna kind of go with like his quote unquote his like soul character, whatever you want to call it, his tried and true before bringing out the big guns, but. Showcasing that that Lucas is just as good as blocking out Luigi's approach attempts just as well with that PK fire, and then edge guarding him perfectly with that freeze to get the first stock of the match.
Yeah, less than 40 seconds into the match, and he takes the first stock with PK freeze. If that's a sign of things to come, it'll be fun. So a couple of trends that we've had with this series the last 4 weeks. The underdogs won every time. We've had 3 scores of 10-6 and 1 score of 10-7, and player 2's won every time. I might be wrong on that. Ray might have been player number 1.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting that the person we kind of label, at least on paper, as the underdog just kind of walked away with it. But I think this is honestly probably the most evenly matched, on paper wise, matchup that we've had so far. I would think. You may be inclined to disagree. But...
I think that's fair, because I'm having a hard time picking a favorite here. I would say I don't think it's out there to say that Houston's a stronger region than San Antonio. So being number 3 in Houston might be arguably more impressive than being number 3 in San Antonio. But
right. I think if there's anything Haru has to fight against is the stigma of kind of the meme of nice dash up smash there by Radishking there. But I think the kind of stigma that Haru kind of has to face against is like the general meme of San Antonio as a region in Texas. Oh
He went
my
all the way out
god.
there. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Lucas has an amazing recovery. Oh my goodness. Oh, and he died for it. Oh, I hate to see it, but what I'm saying is like there's kind of like a sort of meme that like San Antonio is like Mega Fox and nobody else kind of thing. At least when it comes to like a regional or statewide threat level, Mega Fox is only up until I would say the past 6 months. It's kind of been only him. You know, you've had occasional people alongside him like SP back in Smash 4, and now more recently Gideon Haru is there as they're kind of stringing together good regional performances. But you know, Radishking definitely coming from the stronger region, so you may be right in the assumption that like Radishking's number 3 is better than Haru's number 3. And to switch to Simon Belmont, I understand getting off of Luigi because Luigi, while he does demolish you once he gets in, is very probably has a very hard time against somebody like Lucas who can kind of bully him on and off stage.
So this isn't anything I've ever seen come out from Radishking in like a serious environment before. I've seen the character like on Street Rat stream, but he's just 15 seconds in this time.
You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for that. I definitely thought I was safe on the ledge trying to wait the holy water out, and then you only get matched with a down angled F smash, and that, as you can see, is a very potent kill move. It killed Lucas at 60% and got Radishking a 0 to death. So the counter pick already working wonders, you could say.
Right? I wasn't even able to frame why I thought this counter pick was weird before he proved me wrong. Like, I don't even know what to say right now. But on the subject of like distinct favorites, I feel like every other week has had like a distinct favorite. Obviously, last week was Ray from Corpus versus Grayson, and like on paper, Grayson was at a distinct advantage, but when it came time to the first attempt, it didn't really work out that way. But here tonight, much more even on paper. Okay, is this Hugh? Did Hugh pick up the controller? What happened?
Is there collusion in the first stock readies?
Right? Hugh's like, no, I don't know. Another one.
Hugh kind of seems like from what I've seen with like Belmont's, at least with, and it may just be a very narrow sight just because of our Belmont's quite the personality, is that you have ooh, good catch on a down smash. You have Simon players and then you have Richter players. They may be echoes, but they are very different characters, and the people who prefer Richter are way different than the people that prefer Simon.
So Panda B, he's another Richter player, right? He plays Richter on Simon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, specifically Richter. I've seen him go Simon maybe like 3 times.
I don't know if you watched the Galaxy Cup doubles this week where Panda B teamed up with Hound. They in losers finals they went double Richter and then they went double Pallard.
I'm not surprised.
It was trolling.
Oh, for sure.
They lost both those games.
Yeah, the two of them are very they're super inclined to do something like that. So I feel that. We actually got a really close game. I'm surprised how well this Richter or the Simon is working out for Radishking.
No, this is incredibly close. I like how they're already destroying like my anticipations for the match. Like we have 2 what you would assume would be slow characters here, and we're having an incredibly fast game. Only like 3 minutes in. That's the end of it.
Why? That was a really good like the short hop, tossing the holy water so it wouldn't get caught on. So like the ledge hit it, and then it slid off the ledge, and then acted as like a barrier for Haru to overcome, and it worked out in Radishking's favor.
I will say, these have been incredibly quick games. We're 18 minutes into the stream, and we're already on game number 3 of this series.
Yeah, I like the... Oh, it's a little bit of slow motion there.
Nintendo, please.
Nintendo? Alright, we're good.
Just... Okay.
Yeah, we were... Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see, again, with Radishking switching so early, I wonder if we're going to see Haru kind of pull the Palisana out a little early. And I wonder, speaking of Haru, I'm kind of interested as to what prompted the tag change, if it is actually just a V-Stars thing, which is...
I'm 90% sure it is. So I had him on an episode of Moves Monday Musings. I had him and Beasley on the first episode of that show. That's an interesting way to take that stock. But I had him on the first episode, and he basically said his motivation behind changing tags was that there are 5 million players named Phoenix. And
That's fair.
I'm pretty sure the other is the anime thing.
Oh, no, absolutely. It's a good show. We appreciate it. Haru personally not my favorite character on the show, but...
Is Haru the bunny one?
Haru's the bunny, yeah.
Okay, because the only 2 characters I know is like there's like a bunny and there's a wolf, and that's...
Yeah. There's so it's like the main 3 are like there's the bunny Haru, there's the wolf Legacy, and then there's a deer named Louie.
He just hit the holy water back with the forward smash.
Yeah. It's a reflector for better or worse. So, and again using the PK Thunder, that to some characters I would think is even more of a nightmare than Ness's. Because it doesn't, like with Ness's you get hit by the ball and it just kind of pops you up or pops you in a certain direction. Lucas can just kind of loop you in it and then just like push you further out off stage and just send you like express mail to the edge, just from his up B.
Right, it definitely sends at a different angle than Ness's, but also the tail of it's really, really good. Like that's applies to both of the characters, where the tail of it is actually better for gimping than the head of the PK Thunder. Like you'll see a lot of high level like Ness's and Lucas's use it to catch the offstage double jump with the tail of the PK Thunder. It's a cool little interaction that we get a lot of here in Texas.
Yeah, it's because I would say Lucas is a character. I think we only have. I'm trying to think. I think we only have 2 Lucases in Texas that I know of personally. Like we have one in the West Texas area, but he's fairly inactive, and ooh. But I think it's Haru. We've got Haru and then we've got Varn from Corpus. Right. I don't think there's any. I feel bad if I'm missing any others, but I think those are our 2 Lucases.
Is he going back to Luigi? So another common storyline with this event, Strife has been side betting a lot, and he has a lot of money. I don't know if anybody actually took him up on any side bets this week, but he was looking for side bets.
I imagine he's got Radishking, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we get a... Is that a pit or is that's a dark pit?
It's dark pit, yeah. It's just regular dark pit.
I didn't know until I got the side view which one it was.
So, in part of my quest to become not the worst randoms player in Texas, I've actually found Dark Pit to be kind of fun, and I hate that I've said that. The characters' coolest thing is like their drag downs. Like you can do a lot of interesting drag down stuff with like up air and nair and things like that. And he feels nice to play. It's just he doesn't have that like Smash Ultimate factor that like other characters have, where it's just like, oh, you're at 45%. I can just kill you if I do this one thing that like a lot of characters have, and maybe that's just Bowser privilege from all the years of playing him. But
that was cool. The little down tilt, it's forward tilt.
The little punch in the face.
But the thing I would say about Dark Pit, the thing that like in my opinion makes him not a good character in the least. He has a lot of hitboxes that just don't work. Like for no explicit reason, they just aren't there.
Too much of Dark Pit's what exactly?
A lot of his moves have a hitbox that, like, visually it should be there, but it's not. Like, specifically his aerials have a lot of stuff where, like, you would think it would get hit by it, but for whatever reason, his blades just don't hit that area.
I would, yeah, I mean, I would consider Dark Pit and by proxy regular Pit close to bottom 10 in the game. Like we've got Raleigh, who's just from Haru's region of San Antonio, which is probably where Haru's kind of putting the hands to face on Radish in this game. But I mean, we don't have any other Pits in Texas. Like it's just Raleigh, as far as I know. Like she's the only one.
Yeah, we had I don't remember her latest tag. She was from Austin, recently moved to, I think, Virginia.
Oh, yeah,
with
Red.
Her at standoff.
Yeah.
It was Red Menace was her first tag, right? But then she changed it. I don't know.
It was to Cherry, and it was Cherry Bomb, and I think it's back to Red. But I know she's off. She's off. I think she lives in Virginia now, or West Virginia, which is where she's from. So, see ya. And Radishking gets sent a little further down south than West Virginia.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so the country roads lead straight to the blast zone. So yeah. So yeah, I know it was Raleigh and Red. I just know her as Red. They were like the Pits, and then yeah, those are the Pits too. So obviously the third counter pick or second counter pick. I guess it's the second counter pick.
Second counter pick, third character.
So Haru pulls out to a 3-1 lead so far, and Radishking getting back to the drawing board. I'm still a fan of guys like Radishking who, you can tell that he's a snake. Okay, you can kind of tell that these guys are, you can tell like who enjoys Smash and who enjoys like the character they play, because you've got guys like Radish and who just are totally cool with just switching to like 7 or 8 different characters, and he just blows himself up with a C4 to start. It's great. Hopefully this is a sign of amazing things to come. But
see, I've literally never seen Radish play another character in bracket besides Luigi. Like I've seen a lot of his characters in friendlies and the like, but I've only seen his Luigi in bracket, and I was expecting like Luigi versus Lucas the entire time.
The whole way, yeah.
Because Haru did tell me that they were going to play. Like, they were most comfortable playing Lucas rather than playing Palu against Luigi specifically. Even though, like, right now, Palu is their quote-unquote main. So that's what I was anticipating coming into this. And no, instead we're on our 5th game, and Radish is on his 4th character.
I mean, look, whatever you think will get the job done, I imagine he's probably like there's enough snakes in Houston. He's picked up probably plenty of things.
I respect the attempt there, running off with the forward air. If it would have connected, it would have been so hype.
Oh, why not? Yeah. It is kind of interesting, like willingly, because I don't know exactly how well Lucas deals with Snake in. Not only in neutral with the grenades and stuff, but in disadvantage, like you can kind of just force them to go low, and then you just down smash them, because like you can like jump PK fire to stop any high recoveries and PK freezes. Nice. That's one of the coolest. I will never get tired, even if it happens to me. Like I'll never get tired of seeing like a snake just like chunk somebody back and blow them up. Like it's
right. I think a Void has like a Google Drive dedicated to nothing but that play. Like
just
he pulls it out so much. That was what I like to call the Malachite, the forward air and neutral into an up tilt. Like Malachite, she does that so much.
goodness, the road, the longest road possible taken by that Nikita to try and hit Haru there.
Yeah, but Haru definitely impressing. Like, he's obviously being a player from San Antonio. He's not one that I have a lot of experience watching. He's a player that I've heard a lot about and I've talked to him a lot, but I haven't got to commentate any of his sets, and I've only watched like 2 or 3. So the little things he's doing right are like super consistent, super polished, and it's really nice to see a Lucas play at that level. Like, his down smashes have been on point. The baiting, he's done a couple times. He's baited a spot dodge, or not a spot dodge, but an air dodge out with the PK freeze, and then punish with another option. Or he just takes the stock with it, like we see there.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, Radish's Snake doing much better than his Dark Pit, for better or worse.
No, we have a last stock game here, and this is, I think, our longest game.
Yeah, definitely close to it. I imagine, you know, Haru doesn't want to box with Radish as willingly as he would in other characters, and Snake compared to Luigi is much more comfortable with being camped, or at least can kind of counter the camping as well with some projectiles of his own. Luigi can just kind of throw fireballs and be sad for the most part. Oh, caught him as he was pulling the grenade too.
Using the side magnet to absorb the C4.
Yeah, that's a big rip right there. That's about 40% of ground just gone. Oh, nice. That
back throw, it takes a long time to kill, but
yeah.
that doesn't. Get hit by that off stage, and it's pretty much over.
You're out of here. That's one of the scary things. I think that you have to kind of watch against the Lucas is the fact that down tilt can confirm into a grab, and since Lucas has 3 kill throws, all of them kill except down throw. And you know, he's got that kind of quick little gotcha option of kind of like how it's similar to like how Young Link can just kind of run up and nair you at like 150 at the edge and just kill you. But we'll see. Back to the Luigi on this 6th game. So maybe the strategy was to throw Haru off by throwing all these different matchups at him, that he'll forget that Radish plays Luigi, and then he can start winning from there. Is my guess. It's my...
Okay, he did make it back. I was literally holding my breath there because I wasn't sure about that little interaction. I wasn't sure if he was going to actually camp the Luigi, or if he was going to make it back to stage. One thing I do want to mention before we get too deep in this first to 10, I think it's something that we've mentioned every time, but these first to 10s, you see a lot of, like, in the 3 that we did before, you see a lot of players go on these rather large streaks of wins, and then, like, the momentum just harshly shifting, kind of abruptly.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely, and I think that's just part of Smash Ultimate, you know? The game's very momentum-based. No lead is really safe in this game, with a combination of like some characters having a lot of, you know, big kill options, a lot of ways to gimp your opponent, as you can see by Haru, and you know, with a character like Luigi especially, who has the potential at least to win in just 3 grabs. So yeah, you can definitely see like a couple interactions can mean a lot between back and forth and then just a complete mullering of a game.
Absolutely. Parrying the Zaire, then missing the down air. This is kind of... I don't even know what to make of this matchup still.
Oh, is he back?
Maybe? No.
Nope, not
no,
second.
he's not.
No, not quite. That was an ugly angle. I'm actually kind of impressed that he got as close as he did. Like that was like one of the worst positions to probably try and come back from.
No, I was surprised that he was able to get the second PK Thunder off and not have it clip through the stage or anything like that. Haru is so patient. Zero to death time? No.
Quite. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, Haru's just like, I dare you to come off stage against me. I will murk you with this PK Thunder.
Oh, the worst misfire in the world.
You hate to see it.
That is the Radishking though. Like, he is notorious for getting the worst misfires ever.
Fortunate ones.
But here we go. Going into game number 7, having Haru at a 5-1 advantage, and is Haru switching?
Or both characters, both kind of back to the drawing board again. Oh, okay. I guess maybe they just swapped stages? Question mark.
Oh, another one. That's the 4th kill he's gotten with the PK freeze off stage.
Yeah, I mean, you put Luigi kind of in a situation, especially in one where he doesn't have his jump, but he's fairly, especially for a character that has like, realistically non-committal edgeguard options like Lucas has. Like Lucas has his PK Thunder, he's got his PK Freeze, PK Fire off stage, things like that. Down smash 2 even to an extent. I mean, obviously if you get to 2-frame, you can possibly get up attacked, but if get up attack is like your biggest worry as a punish, then I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, Luigi's definitely far from capable off stage, so Haru's kind of recognizing that and just bullying him for it. But good up beat by Radish to even that up at the very least.
Right, Haru putting on a clinic for why this matchup he says is Lucas' favorite. Doing things like that, catching him with the tail of the PK Thunder and just forcing him in a position where he can't recover.
Absolutely, like once you take Luigi's jump, it's nearly a given that he's most likely dead. You'll see a lot of Luigi's like hold on to their jumps for a long time too. Oh, see ya. You'll see a lot of Luigi's hold on to their jumps for as long as possible before using it, because you know Luigi can only go sideways with a very predictable move like like missile, and then a very short distance with his up B.
Definitely a stressful situation here in neutral for both these players. One interaction can go so far from either of these guys. Like Haru managed to get Radishking off stage, and you could end the stock like literally any %. And then Radish, being the god he is, he actually went for the taunt 2-frame. I respect it. But near even percentages last stock, game number 7. Haru up to a commanding lead, but it's definitely far from over. Might have lost bobbles.
I'm back. My mic was. I think I unplugged my mic.
Okay.
I like pulled my mic closer to my face. I think I yanked the cord out. But yeah, it got a misfire there. Good recovery high though. Kind of dodging any possible. Ooh, my goodness, he almost died randomly that down smash.
Oh, he actually got a good misfire.
I know, yeah, that was a great one. That was definitely a lifesaver right there. Okay, he's gonna try to see if he can sneak his way over there. Ooh, he gets caught. Oh, nice, good kind of use of Luigi's floatiness there to sink that back air. Oh no, I don't know how how he didn't get hit there, but Lucas, I guess, expertly dodging that attack there and just yanks him back off stage.
So far in the series, like the longest streak we've seen by a player was Nico versus I when Nico won 8 games in a row. We're on 5 in a row for Haru right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I always like seeing how far these players can push a lead game-wise, like how many games they can win consecutively. And then
right.
When Nico did it to Zai had 2 games in a row where he just instantly 0 to death them. Like, ridiculously fast, first stock 0 to death. So it'll be interesting to see how Radish adapts and regains a bit of composure.
Absolutely, it's. I mean, these Luigi games are getting closer and closer. Like, we can see kind of, you can see kind of Radish kind of slowly figuring things out. It's just he's figuring out. He just has to watch those little instances where he's getting caught at like 50 or 60, which I know is difficult with a character like Luigi, especially online. You know, recovery's a little bit harder, but you know, I think the last 2 Luigi games have been last hit. So and this one already seems fairly close. So hopefully he can kind of put it all together and figure and, you know, start getting some games on the board.
You gotta respect the attempt there from Haru, going for the F smash instead of the down smash. If he would have gone for the down smash, it probably would have connected. Another good misfire, actually resetting the position, giving himself advantage, and just catching him with an F smash.
And now here's the thing. This is the first like actual time Radish has had a lead, and okay, it's kind of gone now, but 50 still nothing to be mad about.
Absolutely, it's a pretty substantial lead, the biggest lead we've seen yet from Radishking. But the thing that scares me is it feels like Luigi's always a kill percent when in this position right here.
Good tech there. Oh, almost got the nair to up B, but oh wow, I forget that. I forget too that Lucas's PK Thunder is a little more durable than Ness's, so you can't like you saw Radish kind of threw a fireball out there to kind of see if he can trade with the PK Thunder,
right.
But the PK Thunder just kind of ate it up.
That actually killed. I did not expect that back throw to be killing that early. I don't know how familiar you are with Luigi, excuse me. But if you were in Radishking's shoes right now, what would you try to change up? How would you try to adapt to this Lucas?
Well, Luigi's definitely on kind of my I hate this game list personally. So I mean, to me, it just feels like Luigi's all about that getting in aspect. He's starting to use Tornado a bit more as kind of like a landing mix-up, but I think against characters like Lucas, you know, this is like the natural archetype that Luigi struggles against. You've got a character with a very lateral projectile game that can stop Luigi's very lateral and simple approach options. And then he's got a bevy of non-committal edge guards that can just suck all of Luigi's recovery options away from him. So this is where the cynic in me, the person as someone who just doesn't enjoy unfun situations in this game, where I would just like get a counter pick ready. But I mean, Radish isn't one of the best. Is one of the best Luigis in Texas for a reason. So I'm sure he's got plenty of tricks up his overalls to push this through.
Plenty of tricks up his overalls.
Or in his overalls, I guess. I don't know.
love that.
I don't wear overalls, bro.
Plenty of tricks down his overalls.
Down his overalls? Not too far down, I hope.
In that awkward little pocket.
Oh yeah, that little front pocket. I know what you're talking about. Ooh, back to the Simon. The only character to take a game so far is Simone. So
I mean, I have seen arguments that Ness and Lucas is possessed, so maybe that's what we need, is a good classic little exorcism coming out from the Castlevania boys.
Oh, you can convince me Lucas is a devil. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know the Mother 3 plot very well, but you know, Lucas kind of like killed his family, right? Like it was all Lucas is a bad guy the whole time, right?
I have no idea. Is that actually the plot of you? I
don't think so. I think Lucas is kind of a very timid lad. So I hope he's not much of the murdering sort, but.
See, like, you could convince me anything is the Mother 3 plot, and I would probably believe you because I have no idea what it is. And that's literally the first, like, I've ever heard of a plot, so, like, I don't know. For all I know, that could be
sounds good. Oh, yeah, no, that's... look, bro, Wikipedia says he killed his family, so I'm taking that as canon.
Okay. The Lucas Discord is now boycotting all LSG events, but...
Oh, absolutely.
I was just going to talk about how Lucas's eyes are pretty lifeless.
I mean... Maybe it's just a design thing, I hope.
Oh, that back air killing from mid stage.
I'm honestly kind of impressed by Radish's Simon. It's a lot cleaner than I was expecting. Like there's definitely like purpose and angled aerials and stuff like that, which is like the big giveaway.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen a lot of his Simon like on Street Rat stream, and like I've known it was a real character. I've just never seen it in a serious situation, in a serious environment before, where there's money on the line.
Thing is, he's just got to figure out a way to close the stock out, because I was like, he's about to kill him with cross. Oh!
He's gonna make it back because he's Lucas. That's insane.
Yeah. That axe was beelining for him too. Okay, there we go. Uppy's gonna take it. Brings out the chain, puts it away. Just gotta let the ladies know that it's there.
Oh god. But the little recovery from Haru there to avoid the axe, like
later.
I can't talk. Every time I open my mouth to try to talk about... Really? There's a hitbox on that?
On the what? On the bottle?
No, on the chain. When he was spinning it around his finger.
Oh yeah. When he spins it around, yeah, it's like a Sheik's chain in Melee.
All right then. Learning all kinds of stuff.
Rat's just kind of hugging the platform. So you gotta watch those axes. It sucks too because Haru also has a good amount of Simon experience too. Just remember KJ plays quite a bit of Belmont in the San Antonio area.
Okay, I am so out of touch with the San Antonio scene. Like I know the top 3, and then rally, and then nobody else.
Yeah. KJ, I know KJ is. Prior to quarantine was focusing a lot on schools, so he wasn't as active, especially regionally. Or I think he was moving or something like that. He had a reason for being a little inactive, but I know when he was playing quite a bit, he was playing Ridley and Simon. It's a very interesting character combination.
Street right hitting the nail on the head in chat. That move is so bad that Tim didn't even know it existed.
I mean, yeah, like what do you use that move for? There's nothing. I guess it eats Mega Man pellets, so if you want to just stand there and twirl your whip the whole time, you know, by all means. But I don't know what else it does.
All right, and Haru
Later.
ups 8 games to 1 now. We might get a very quick set here tonight. Hopefully, Radishking's able to pull something out. I want to see the 9-game streak from Radishking right now. Turn it on. Win 9 in a row.
I just like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like Radish really has a character in his arsenal that can like effectively deal with Lucas, or at least have a manageable disadvantage state.
Right.
Like every character he's played so far has just been getting destroyed by Lucas's up B off stage.
No, absolutely. It seems like every character that Radish plays has horrible disadvantage state.
Like you've either got because it either eats through his whip tether with Simon, or it just like shoves Luigi in a locker, takes his milk money, and tells him we'll see him after school. Like I don't. But I mean, if there's ever a time to figure everything out, now would be it. Get game number 10 here.
Just do that.
Yeah. There you go.
It's that simple. Just up B.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever go off stage, and confirm into up B on Lucas.
Yeah. Hold center
Easy.
stage and just. Uh-oh,
See the misfires. He has the worst misfires ever.
Oh my gosh.
Poor Radishking.
And just like that really impressive first stock is just gone. But maybe something combos, lots of damage. That was like 70 damage. Good lord.
I just realized I've had both these players on the podcast because I've had Haru on Monday Musings. Radishking was our first guest in season 2 of the LSG podcast. But one of the things Radish talked about was how notoriously unlucky he is with misfire.
As someone who is also a very unlucky like video game player, I sympathize with that heavily. If you ever want to like feel really sad, just watch me play Mario Party at any point with anybody, and I'll find a way to have the worst time possible.
Mario Party definitely ruins friendships in general.
Mm-hmm. Like if a game has any sort of RNG element, that's going to be my weak point. We played this one map on Mario Party. I think it was like 3 or 4. It's one where like it's like a desert map where you start out with like 5 stars and you can ride chain chomps around. And you take stars from other people. Yeah, I lost all 5 of my stars by the second turn. All 5. I spent like 8 turns with like 0 coins and 0 stars. I was not having a good time.
Radishking nearly taking a game for himself. We've talked about how he hasn't had very many substantial leads. He's finding himself in a really good position right now. Haru at 98% on his last stock versus Radishking, who's still essentially on a fresh stock. As long as we don't see him get gimped off stage like we have several times, this is a very manageable situation for Radish.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He's got to hold center. Oh my goodness, the invincibility on that up smash. The move is so good, and now it's even. Look at that. I'm pretty sure that up smash. That up smash did like 80%. You can. I'm convinced.
Quick maths.
Yeah. And now literally 0.1% apart. I'm surprised I didn't hit. Weaves his way back to ledge. Can he get off stage? Ooh. I mean, he just gets sent right back off.
Every time Radish is off stage, I find myself.
Oh no!
The up throw is gonna take it.
Later.
9 games.
I'm telling you, how do you DI when Lucas grabs you? How do you DI?
You do the ultimate mix-up or just don't.
how do you do? I'm just gonna roll my stick and my control stick at that point. Like if Lucas grabs me, I'm just gonna, you know, put my palm on the thing like a Mario Party 2 game and just until and just hope that I don't die. Because it's like I think that was a DI mix-up because he's been backdooring him the whole time, and then the one time and maybe it was just because backdoor wasn't gonna kill at that point, but the one mix-up is he just chunks him up and Radish is DIing for a back throw, not an out throw, and he just dies.
Right, it definitely is a stressful situation to be in for Radishking now. Down 9-1. The 2 games that you had a substantial lead, the lead just completely deteriorating from one interaction.
Yeah, it all changed from that up smash. Like that was an insane amount. Oh, almost had it there. Like that was an insane amount of damage, 20-something damage, plus that invincibility.
Yeah, the up smash just completely turned the tide of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this stage for the matchup? Like, I don't know if small. Okay, bye, Luigi.
I think this is probably. It's definitely. I feel like it's better than PS2 for Luigi. I think Luigi's floatiness and like his really good aerials kind of let him control the area around the Smashville platform pretty well. I feel like with the way that PS2's setup, like platforms are set up, it can make it really hard for characters who have like poor ledge game and who struggle with like the more zoner heavy characters. I think they kind of suffer a bit from PS2, just the way the platforms are laid out and the blast zones being a little different. So like yeah, like the changes. I mean, obviously they're not like it's not an immense difference in that Radishking can now just start winning games, but he at least is more comfortable holding center stage than.
He actually made it back.
Wow, magnet hands.
Okay. I did not see a world where he made it back from that, but Haru, privileged, is all I gotta say.
That Lucas uppy goes way further than I would ever expect it to go, if I'm being completely honest.
Well, it doesn't go as far as Ness.
No, it goes further than Ness's.
Does it go further?
For sure. Mm-hmm. Oh my god! And then I was like, if we end on a bad misfire, he just runs up and up smashes. All right. Using that invincibility to his advantage, and
just like that, 55 minutes in, we are done with First Stock Friday.
Yeah,
a very quick set.
I definitely think matchup wise, this was a bit of a struggle. I don't,
And then you had the. You had the Strife betting on you too. Like, if you enter another one of these, if anybody enters one of these, tell Strife not to bet. Like, I think that's the lesson here. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Shout out to both players for coming out. The one thing I will plug before we get out of here, go follow Radishking on Twitter. The man is far too good to only have 153 follows. So at Radishking3, go give him a follow. And follow at Last Stock Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Bobbles, you got anything you want to say before?
Yeah. Normally, this is probably the first time in my life I've ever had sympathy for Luigi. That looked absolutely awful from both the Luigi and Belmont side. But against a Lucas like Haru who knows his way around a Belmont and knows his way to bully a Luigi, a good enough Lucas will clock that any day of the week. But both these guys really good young talents in Houston and San Antonio. I really want us to get back to having regionals again, so I can see these guys do this offline, because that's where you can really put the stakes on and really settle the score and stuff like that. So If you guys want to follow me, my Twitter is at the Lord Bobbles. I post bad takes and terrible memes. So if that's your kind of thing, by all means, you can follow me there. But yeah, be sure to tune into the LSG Twitter and stuff like that. We've got a lot of great stuff cooking, and we will see you guys next Friday.
And hopefully tomorrow for the Galaxy Cup singles. Registration
That
sold
too.
for that.
Sign up. $2
Smash.gg/LSGGC2.
For a fountain drink at Stripes, you too can have a shot at winning X amount of dollars, and really very stacked tournaments. We're definitely not churning out like 100, 200 man tournaments, but like the people that enter are solid. Like we've got some like PR players and top 10 threats like all over the board when we host this kind of stuff. So
yeah, it's definitely been fun to commentate a bunch of small, quaint, stacked brackets. But thank you for everybody for tuning in, and we will see you next time.